Now we should be properly live. Last night when we were playing, we were sent back to Pasadena to take pictures of the Annihilation Line, which is apparently just a big series of rocket launchers. And it was taking a long time to get around, so I took a break because I was pretty tired. We'll get another couple hours in just now, and we will keep exploring Pasadena. And hopefully get this bit finished this morning before we take a break for lunch. How is that a terrible picture? Like, we're supposed to be on top of it. I'm just gonna screw this one up so badly. Wait, there's fall damage? Well, that was an interesting way to find out that there's fall damage, because up until that point, I had fallen off things and not lost any health. I guess falling about 6 foot would kill a man who's able to take laser blasts. Oh, on the plus side, we had just saved the game. Need to go for a pee pickle. Come on then. Oh, that's a bad place to go.
Good to hear, Rivers. Now proceed with your mission.
Got it. Sending it right now.
Well done, Private. Now proceed with your main objective.
Really? Trophy earned still counts as one. I killed it and it killed me with rockets at the same time. I mean, I'm kind of impressed, honestly, but still kind of hilarious. Now I'll just have to kill it again, I guess. Okay, so it's counted that I've destroyed the outpost. Those apparently also got rid of my turrets. No, they're friendly, so they just won't show up in the outpost. I suppose I'm probably supposed to use the explodey barrels. I hope the body doesn't disappear before I get around the corner. Come on, game. I literally couldn't get to it from where I was, and you despawned it. But it had some really good chips on it too. That's kind of lame. Right, we may as well do this main quest first. Look back to the north and around to the right. Make sure nothing we're missing over there. What a useful door to unlock. Right. This way, so. That's an invisible one. I guess I have to look back to be able to get back to where the objective is. Okay, we're not going to go upstairs just now because that's what the objective is, and I can practically guarantee that we'll be coming back this way to go do that exit anyway. Bunch of Terminators. We have to carry another spear gun for selling. See, this weird scope thing makes it really rubbish when you're trying to shoot Terminators that might be behind walls. Ah, used to say welcome, now it says be here. Hey, Luna. How you doing? You cold? Come here. Nope. Okay then. One second there. Luna's crying, looking for attention. Let's see what's up with her. Hey, Luna. What's up? She was hungry. She didn't realise she still had food in her dish from earlier. Cats can be quite forgetful sometimes, on the lines of, yes, I did actually feed you some time ago. That's okay.
It's Jennifer's father. Poor guy.
Hang on, is that different from the Remington shotgun I have? No, it's the same shotgun. I thought perhaps he might have had a better shotgun.
Empty. Now where's the rest? Huh. Is that a map to your hiding place, Patrick?
Something broke inside Ed. Nice. At level 16 I can get a bunch of higher level skills. I don't know, yeah. Right, over the stairs out of here. Cool, a room that had a lockpick in it. I feel so rewarded for my skill choices. In fairness, I got a skill book from lockpicking medium, so I can't really complain. I kind of explored this building already, I think. Yeah, because I came up that ramp down left. Okay. Isn't that the thing I already have? No, this is a rail plasma. So it's a new gun. Okay, so can we get in our backpack thing? We can. Let's use a skill point on that because otherwise I can't pick this up. Let's look at this new gun we just got. Ah, it's the same as the rubbish resistance gun, it just has a scope on it. And does less damage than the Skynet one. And has a less stable, has a slightly larger clip, but is worse in every other possible way. Cool. Well, heck, I'd have gotten the bigger backpack at some point. It's just not exactly a waste of a skill point to be able to pick that up. Right, let's keep going south. We've already explored over this way, as I recall. We can get that, and then we can go over here, and I think this is the exit to the level. Ah, level 16. So we've already got the best of Fast Learner. We've got lockpicking, hacking maxed. So there's not really that many more skills that I actually want at this point. I want to get better weapons. It's level 18 for weapons. Sure, level 18 there's only like 3 skills you can actually get to level 24. Okay, so we don't need the stealth stuff. We can't get the weapon stuff. I guess we'll get explosives. Disarm laser traps would be useful. Crafting things, but we can craft anything because we've so many things. I could get 20% damage resistance, I guess. Like a lot more survivable, but I have a feeling that the laser tripwire stuff would be more useful. I mean, he drew that mural a couple times, so, yeah. Look, there it is again.
Okay, that should work.
Okay, I think I've explored this map as thoroughly as I possibly can. All I do now is take a couple pictures and move on.
Second batch going through.
Got it. One more to go.
I mean, this is just 3 sets of pictures of the same 3 turret designs. It's not like there's anything different about these batches of pictures.
Hi, Luke's PK.
Howdy. PK, do you mean pretty cool, or do you mean okay and you just pressed P instead of O?
Asterisk okay. Lol.
Yeah, I kind of figured that's what you were going for. Also, I think this is one of the first times I've actually been on the same time as you since, like, Sinking City, so it's good to see you again, bud. It does feel a little bit weird to have 0 or 4 people, or 0 people watching and have comments pop up, though. Not much other stuff. Like, it's very okay, is how I would describe this game. Like, it is not worth $60, not by a long shot, but it's functional. It's just very janky around the edges. Like, I'll do a review when I finish it, because I do intend on playing this through to the end, but there's just large swathes of the game that just feel like I don't understand why they're there, or why they're the way they are. Like, there's a currency system in the game. Like, I've got trade resources plus 44 there on the left. I currently have, like, 10 grand. And the most expensive thing I could buy in a shop was, like, $400. And it was a weapon that's the same as a weapon I'd found on the ground in a previous level. Like, I found this laser rifle just by doing a small bit of exploration at the start of the level.
Have been gone for some months now. Good to be back.
Yeah, yeah. I found this rifle in this level, and it does like literally 12 times the damage of anything else I've found, and it lets me one-shot T-800s on a good hit. So it's like, well, why would I bother using anything else? Oh, there's a pretty neat system where you can upgrade your weapons by putting in chips, but the chips have to have a matching thing on the left and on the right to be able to match up with what you're trying to plug it into. So you have like a little mini game of like, right, so I need something that has like 2 bars on the left, 3 bars on the right to fit into that middle slot. It's kind of neat, but at the same time it doesn't really matter. You have more stability instead of more damage, I guess. Yeah. Like, it's as cool as this clip system is, or this upgrade system is, like there's no way to sort the chips on the right, because I've got a lot of chips from murdering a lot of Terminators. So you can't just be like, what can I fit into this slot, because to take the game out of this. Still, that's right, huh?
That's the last one.
Good job with these pictures, Rivers. We're one step closer to preparing a counterattack. I'm starting to see why Skynet isn't so fond of you. Now get your ass back to the shelter.
God, that didn't kill me. All damage has been kind of ridiculous. So yeah, we can either go all the way back to the start of the level, or apparently we can just exit in this corner. So let's just exit in this corner. Because yeah, like a large chunk of the game is spent, you know, scavenging for stuff. Because, you know, you have scarcity and all that stuff in a post-apocalyptic world. You get XP for blowing up barrels as well, which is why I'm doing that. But like in my backpack, I got 2,000 assault rifle rounds, 150 shotgun shells, 1,500 plasma rifle rounds, 39 medkits, like 21 grenades, enough parts to make enough ammo that I could probably shoot for like 30 minutes straight without having to worry about it. Extra guns, like I'm swimming and stuff because I took time to explore each area quite thoroughly, and it kind of feels like it's breaking the game a little bit. Like the developers didn't really expect anyone to actually go out there and pick up all the things he dotted around. It's just weird.
All that.
Yeah, all that. Like there's a shop inside this hideout, so like I'll show you the kind of pricing disparity because it's really weird.
Wow, maybe a big storm is brewing.
So yeah, this is the shopping system, is a box on the ground. So like I'm going to sell this spare plasma rifle I found, and this other spare plasma rifle I found for $500 a piece. I think I might just well just sell the Uzi because I'm not going to use it anymore. Yeah, I'm not going to use it for anything. Or the shotgun, honestly. So like, yeah, I've got $13,000. Like if I wanted to buy a gun, like they're $200. Like ammunition, if I bought them out of their ammunition for some weapon types, like $30 for a grenade, it's nothing. Literally nothing. Hey Luna, how you doing? Are you a happy cat? Just gonna look at the floor while I pet the cat. Yeah, important things. You're a happy cat.
Need coffee, BRB.
Sure thing, bud. I'll be here. I can play this for about another hour and a bit before I get some lunch, so, you know, I'll be here.
Jacob, how is Pasadena? You know what? Forget I asked. I don't want to know. I'm just glad that you're all right.
And how are you doing?
I guess I'm a little nervous before tomorrow.
Hee. How
I
can
never
you?
asked you. What are you planning to do tomorrow?
I've been meaning to tell you earlier, but I panicked. And that's because I decided to go with Ryan. We'll find somewhere safe, away from all this. You have to understand, I need to do what's best for Patrick. I'm his big sis. I need to protect him. I haven't told him yet. He'll be devastated leaving you and Aaron, but I think it's for the best.
Aren't you curious about what happened in Pasadena?
No. I think I'd rather keep that place in the past. Actually, I have a confession to make. I've never been outside of Pasadena until now. Can you believe that?
That's not surprising. After all, that's where your home is.
Where it used to be. Right now I'm going to try someplace new to call home. I did my traveling through pictures and postcards that wanderers brought with them. My favorite had a little flamingo drinking water from a lake on it. Its long red neck curved like a snake. Patrick's mother gave me that postcard. It's funny how I never met my mother, but I was around to see Patrick's leave him.
I'm sorry to hear about your mother.
Don't be. I had a pretty good childhood, apart from the nuclear holocaust and all. I remember the day Patrick's mom brought him in. They were both tired and dirty, so we took care of them. Patrick was crying a lot. He was teething at the time. I think that was what scared her away. She just couldn't handle the crying.
How was she?
I loved her. For the time she was with us, I liked to pretend she was my mother, too. After she took off, I was devastated. But my father said, "You need to grow up. You have a brother now." So I burned the postcard. The little red flamingo flew up in flames. And I promised myself I'd never be weak again. But I guess we all need someone we can be weak with sometimes, don't we?
A few hours later.
Wake up! We need to move.
What's going on?
Everyone, wake up! You need to get out of here.
Who the fuck are you?
It doesn't matter. What matters is that you can't stay here any longer.
She asked a question, and I suggest answering.
You don't want to do that. I've got this place rigged with explosives, and there's a detonator in my pocket.
You got what?
Would you mind? Lower your gun, Ryan. He's the one that saved my life. What do you want from us? You have to get out of here. Skynet's on its way. They finally found you.
What you mean they found us? They were looking for us?
Not for you. For him. He's essential to winning this war. Skynet knows that. That's why they've been following him for months. I have to make sure nothing happens to him. In a couple of minutes, an infiltrator will walk in here trying to kill him. I can't let that happen. We have to bury that Terminator here once and for all.
All right, everybody, you heard him. Let's get moving. I'll get the bus ready.
There's no time for that. There's a passage here. It will lead you out. Use it.
What was that?
All right, everyone, get out!
Jacob!
Give me that. It's the same one. It's the same model.
I have a plasma rifle,
Now!
buddy.
How the hell's he still alive?
Go! Go! Watch out! Don't just stand there! Run!
How did Patrick get hurt from the explosion? Also, bury that infiltrator once for all. Let's see, he's gonna be back.
Baron listened to us. She could no longer deny that this infiltrator was a real threat. She decided to take everyone in, on her terms. The shelter was on high alert, but thanks to the intel I gathered in Pasadena, we slowed the advance of the Annihilation Line and gained some time. Just enough to start preparing the counterattack.
So level 18, we get weapons, we'll have a level up from leveling up then. So yeah, guess we'll get the explosives.
Sergeant, at ease.
I'm Sergeant now, am I?
Well, look at you, Sergeant. When you helped us in Pasadena the other day, I was trying really hard not to panic because you were only a private. Sorry for underestimating you. I guess I should salute or something?
How's Patrick?
Every day a little better. Erin says he'll be back on his feet in no time. She's done a great job with him. I wish I could repay her somehow. It just doesn't seem that she needs anything.
Getting ready for another scavenging run?
No, I just came out here to catch my breath. Baron is giving us the entire evening off, believe it or not.
Doesn't sound like her. I need to report to Baron. Rivers, DN 46890.
The commander is expecting you in the control room, Sergeant.
Maraschino cherries again. Where do they keep finding this shit?
I don't get it. How did they bring that buggy down here?
I'm going out soon. I haven't made my daily quota yet. I still have 3 more rats to catch. If you see one, let me know, okay?
Hey, I'm just catching up with Mark. I'll get back to work in a couple of minutes. You won't tell, right? But no, seriously, you won't tell, right?
Ha ha.
Yeah, the writing's not the strongest suit. Now, the last time I was here, I went into a little vent system, and there was a Terminator in the vent. I'm curious to see if anything like that happens again. Nope, but the body of a Terminator is still there. So, that's nice. I guess.
Do you need anything?
Can I see your hardware?
Okay, see, they sell the railgun now, but because I found one, I don't need it. Cool. 500 ammo is going to cost me most of my money. I already have 3 times that much. It's kind of ridiculous. Sure. I'm going to use it for anything else.
Hey Ryan, how's everything?
Exactly as you would imagine. Baron's keeping me busy. They weren't kidding when they said she's a hard ass.
What did you hear?
A lot of rumors going around of how she's sending insubordinate workers to the front line. And by insubordinate, I mean people who ain't willing to work 18 hours a day. Every day.
What happened after you started your camp?
Honestly, not that much. At least not in the beginning. When we gave up on the idea of getting in touch with anyone, we just tried to adapt. Temperatures fell, we had to scavenge for food. All of a sudden, that became our life.
When did you first hear about Skynet?
Oh, that came years later. We did hear some rumors about robot warriors, but you must understand how crazy it sounded back then. And that wasn't even the most insane story out there. My favorite one was about the radioactive squirrel zombies. Well, I know how stupid it sounds, but we managed to have fun in our little commune. I still have my guitar with me. We talked a lot about how we're gonna be famous, because we're the only living band in the world.
What was your band's name?
Well, we were thinking about changing it to Survivors, but something similar was already taken. We were just stupid kids, not realizing what was going on. We paid the price for it the first time we saw a tin can. I was tuning my guitar when I heard a strange noise. I found out later that it was a T-400. Must have heard me play. It didn't even have the decency to look scary. Maybe if it did, we wouldn't have just stood there when it started firing.
What did Tucker do?
Well, of course, he was the first one to help. He grabbed a lead pipe and ran up trying to kill it. He screamed like he was leading us to battle. The tin can got Tucker with a single bullet. Bam! Just like that. 7 other people died before we finally destroyed that thing. Ironically enough, I was the one who delivered the final blow. Safe to say, it was the beginning of a new era.
He did not say the band name.
No, he did not.
Are you alright?
Me? Honey, I'm about the most well-adjusted person in this goddamn place. It's the others you should be concerned about.
Jennifer?
Odd.
I'm worried about her. I'm the one that asked Baron to give her team a little break. Jennifer's been busy scavenging supplies for the soldiers, and she hardly had time to see Patrick. And now she's finally got a day off. She's avoiding him like the plague.
How's Patrick doing?
He's fine, but it wouldn't kill you if you checked on him yourself.
You mean Ryan?
Ryan ain't so hot either, but that's another story.
Is there anything you need?
No. I have to say the Resistance is pretty well supplied. Don't tell me you miss running errands for me. I don't believe that for a second.
And what about something other than medicine?
Honey, I'm not shy. I'll let you know if I need anything, okay? But thank you for asking.
Take care.
I'm disappointed the dog doesn't have his tag.
How are you doing?
Good. Erin's going to let me leave in a couple of days. Thanks for bringing that chalk. I've been drawing a lot. I'd be so bored without it.
Now, I'd just like to clarify here that in the previous cutscene, Patrick went into the tunnel ahead of us, ahead of Jennifer, ahead of Ryan, and ahead of Erin. And the explosion brought down the tunnel behind us. And none of the people between him and us were hurt in the resulting explosion. And the explosion happened 2 weeks ago. How was this kid still in a hospital bed?
How do you like living in the shelter?
There's a lot of people here. I like that. I heard a funny joke yesterday. You want to hear it?
Yeah, tell me.
What's brown and sticky?
A stick.
A stick?
That's funny.
I know, right?
How's Jennifer?
She's out a lot, but I understand. She's a scavenger.
I have to go.
It never ceases to amuse me that when you're done with all the conversation options you have, your character just automatically says the one for leaving. It's like, you know, good, I'm glad to hear you're doing okay. I have to go.
Yeah, just means more mouths to feed.
Alvin lost his spider scout again.
Man, I saw it crawling through the shelter earlier. Almost gave me a heart attack.
Oh, that was a robot that's in the vents. It's Alvin's. That makes more sense now than there just being a random Terminator in the goddamn base. Where is Alvin anyway? Maybe he's in the cutscene. Oh jeez, John Connor knows my name. The swoon.
You wanted to see me?
You're finally here. Good. I have a special task for you. I want you to head downtown to check on the doctor.
Doctor?
Alvin. He's out there making sure that our defense systems are working properly. Ever since we went radio silent, I had a small team of trustworthy messengers maintaining communication between our outposts. They haven't returned, so I want you to go downtown and see why that happened.
Because they got terminated.
But Connor doesn't want any hiccups while he's up there in North Division preparing the attack on Skynet's central core.
Is there a problem with the radio?
The Annihilation Line is within spitting distance of downtown. We suspect that Skynet will be intercepting all transmissions from that location. So for now, we're going radio silent. That's why I need you to go there personally.
Central core?
Skynet's main reactor, the source of all their power. We shut down the central core, we shut down Skynet. Connor's preparing the attack as we speak. So you understand we can't have any critical complications at this stage.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you end up here?
Excuse me if I act a little surprised, Sergeant. But no one in here thinks it's wise to ask their superior personal questions. But since you did, I'll humor you. So, how did I get here? The same way you did. I was born, raised, and given a gun. We don't really have a say in what we do we? Or do I assume too much? Was it any different for you? Why do you fight, Sergeant?
It's the right thing to do.
There's nothing noble in what we do. Humans were fighting humans since the
Bad
beginning.
storytelling. Let's hope the plot
It
is
just so
pretty
happens
face.
that right now we have a common.
Yeah, spoilers, it isn't.
If it wasn't for the machines, we'd probably be fighting each other.
If that's how you view humanity, are we even worth fighting for?
I'm just doing whatever it takes to survive. Saving humanity is just a bonus. Besides, I'm not a fighter. When I go out there in the middle of the night with my Westinghouse, I'm not looking for a fight. I look to seek and conquer. I'm not a fighter. I'm a bully.
What's the difference?
I don't treat them as equals. And although I know they're just machines, I want them to fear me. No one ever stands up to bullies. But I have to admit, it has its downsides. One of them being that no one ever asks me a personal question. At least not since Perry died. So congratulations, Rivers. Takes guts to stand up to a bully. I guess since your promotion, you got a little more cocky. Good for you.
I kind of figured since he walked into that room maybe he had something new to say, but no. No, he did not.
I heard rumors there is a new Half-Life coming.
No rumors, my man. It is PC exclusive, VR exclusive, out in March. It's Half-Life 1.5, because it's between Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2.
Okay.
Like, it does look pretty fun. Like, it looks a lot more immersive than regular VR. You can actually do stuff like move objects around on shelves to look for things hidden behind them, and normally you just kind of have your arms phased through stuff. But it doesn't look like something that'd make me want to buy a PC that would be able to do VR, and then buy a VR, and then buy the game.
More wounded! We need a medic over here!
I'm telling you, I saw something.
Plenty of space.
What's happening, Private?
A couple of aerials flew in and dropped containers full of metals. They started shooting while our defense systems did nothing.
What about the doctor? Where's Alvin?
He's still out there.
All right.
There's one more thing. Before I got hit and dragged here, I saw something. I'm not sure, but I think it was one of our own soldiers that led Skynet's attack.
Infiltrators, though.
Sergeant, we're outnumbered, and they keep bringing more wounded. We don't stand a chance. We have to evacuate.
Is Alvin still there?
He is, sir.
Then we're not leaving. We have to bring him back and see what the hell is going on with those defenses, and brief Commander Barron on what's happening here. I'm moving out. You stay here with the wounded.
You want me to break the radio silence?
At this point, it doesn't matter, does it?
Understood. Go ahead, sir.
You two follow me. We have to reach those defense systems.
Yes, sir.
If that's ineffective as well, then we're looking nothing to shoot down an HQ.
Spiders up ahead! Got it! Lead the way! This way!
Good to see you, Sergeant.
What's the status?
We've got a defensive perimeter set up just down the road.
Doesn't seem to be working.
Skynet dropped reinforcements behind their back. Now they're between a rock and a hard place.
All right, we need to reach our guys. Let's clear the way. Keep moving.
Here they come! Watch out! Flank it! Take out those smaller
Yeah, flank it.
Down! Shoot before it reboots! Ariel, take cover!
Wait, why did my grenade... Why did my grenade bounce off of an invisible wall in front of me, land next to me, and murder me? Because that's what killed me there, was my own grenade, because I have max explosives, they do more damage. And it just kind of landed in the ground in front of me. That was lame. Pretty lame, yeah.
Take out those smaller units.
Now, shoot before it reboots.
Oh, hang on, I leveled up. Weapon skill. Weapon upgrades more effective, faster reloads. Yes, please. Maybe, yeah.
We're through! Sergeant, take 2 of my men and proceed up that hill. We'll stay here to keep Skynet away from you.
Sorry, just to be clear, what's your rank that you're giving me orders?
Sergeant, we got this! Go find the dock! In danger! Get up that hill!
Yep. Just wanted to shoot those guys first to make sure you didn't die.
Follow me! We need to rescue the dock before those tanks reach us! Oh, shit! We're too late! They're already here!
Take care of those drones!
Yeah, assault rifle doesn't do anything anymore. That was an interesting ragdoll.
It's clear! Wait here! I'll go get the doctor! Alvin! Oh my god! I'm actually glad to see you! What happened here? Why are the defense systems not working? They are working, but their target filtering has been reset to non-hostile. One of Baron's messengers came with the order to temporarily change it, so I did! Baron's messengers. We need to leave now. Yes, let's do that. I'm all for that.
Why would anyone ever tell you to change your defense systems to not shoot things?
We need to move. You don't
Come
have to
on.
tell me twice. Escort secured. Ah! Go! I don't like this. I don't like any of this. Ariel!
Whoop.
Okay, go! It's turning around! It's right behind us! Don't look back! Good idea!
So clearly it was an infiltrator that told him to turn things off, because... Yeah, you'd have to question the wisdom of someone who's in charge of our defense systems who just obeys a command like, yeah, just set our systems to non-hostile for a while. No reason.
You go talk to Commander Barron. I've had enough excitement.
Trophy earned, the tide is turning.
Wasn't expecting to find you here. You always seem to be out these days.
Yeah, that's true. Lately I've been making extra runs to stock up on resources. The truth is, I was even thinking about leaving. But right now, I'm just waiting for my team to head back to downtown to look for other survivors. Let's hope there still are some.
Is there something on your mind?
Actually, I have a secret to tell you. You've a fan. Patrick really looks up to you. It's good for him to have a role model. And I don't think he could have chosen better.
Thank you. It means a lot.
Are you kidding? It's the least I can do for helping us all this time. If you hadn't found us back in Pasadena, I don't know what would have happened. Well, actually I do. Exactly what the others said would happen. People were talking about the Annihilation Line months before it came. My father, of course, tried to turn it all into a joke.
Knowing your father, it couldn't have been a good joke.
No, it really wasn't. But I wanted to believe him. I think we all did. He tried very hard to keep everyone from worrying. Maybe a little too hard. You could feel the mood change at the house. The community my father tried to build started falling apart. Fewer and fewer people were coming by. And if they did, they weren't always friendly. We started to notice things going missing. Little things at first. People got nervous. And with time, it even got to my father.
Did it ever get to you?
Of course it did. For the first time in my life, there were only the three of us at the house. After a while, my father changed the sign from welcome to beware. Put a lock on the door. And started carrying a shotgun. I didn't even know he owned a gun. He always said he didn't believe in them. I wanted us to leave our house and run, but he didn't want to listen. Said it was the only place he could keep us safe. Thanks for letting me spill my guts like that.
It's no worries. It was made all the more dramatic by the guy 2 feet to my right who's coughing his lungs up every few seconds.
I see that Patrick's doing better.
He is. He's a fighter. Certainly has more courage than I do.
Why did you want to leave?
In the face of what's going on now, it will sound stupid, but it just got to be a bit much, you know? With Patrick hurt, I started to wonder if I'm even doing him any good by sticking around. I've been trying to protect him all this time, but I couldn't. I've proven that much already. First in Pasadena, then at our hideout. I was thinking that maybe he'd be safer here at the shelter. But don't worry, I changed my mind since.
Anyone else talk to back here? Nope.
Thinking all is a suspect.
Hey, glad to see you alive. Thanks for sticking your neck out for us. I wanted to tell you that, you know, just in case.
All right. We just got the news about the attack. They're getting closer, aren't they?
Did you talk to her? Is she mad at me? If I follow her orders, then I'm a bad guy. If I don't follow her orders, then I'm a lousy, incompetent egghead without a spine. There's no winning with her.
Lay still. Don't move.
Thanks for getting us out of there, Sergeant.
What's up?
I know you're busy, but I found something. Something I think you'll like. A tape from back in the day. I want to play it for you, but my boombox is busted, so if you're out there and find one that works, bring it to me, okay?
Can't you ask Jennifer or one of the other scavengers for help?
I already did, but they couldn't find anything. Just think about it, okay?
Sure, I'll get you a radio. I have 38 medkits, I probably don't need to make any more just now.
Jacob.
How are the wounded doing?
The few that came back, they're doing fine. We patched them up, and at this point we're just sitting and waiting.
What's in your mind?
Ever since you asked me about Peter, I can't stop thinking about him. Like a teenage girl. That's your fault, young man.
Have you tried looking for him?
I've looked for him for a while. I went to the place where we said we'd meet if we ever got separated. But he wasn't there. Maybe it's stupid. Maybe I should stop thinking about him. He's probably dead by now. God knows he can't take care of himself.
Do you want to find him?
Sometimes I think I should drop everything and go. I would get an earful from Baron, but she's nothing I can't handle. Anyway, what I didn't tell you before is that during Judgment Day, I lost a child. Our child. I don't know if it would have happened anyway, but I like to blame the machines for that. I think that Peter felt with Taylor we were given a second chance. God, he's still out there waiting for me, isn't he? Probably sitting in his rocking chair back in our house in Hollywood Hills. Oh, where the hell are you, Peter?
Rivers, you want to explain to me what the hell happened?
We lost downtown.
I know that much. But how's that possible? What happened to our defense systems?
Alvin says one of our soldiers came with an order directly from you to reset the target settings for non-lethals.
He said what? Alright. This is what I want you to do. Find whoever is responsible for sending that order. All the messengers have GPS tracking, so we're keeping tabs on their location. Find them and bring them to me.
Understood.
And Rivers, despite what I might say about our resident egghead, I truly have a hard time believing that my men are incompetent. So expect the unexpected. And you know what I mean by that.
Do you think the infiltrator's back?
We won't be sure until you find those messengers and confirm my suspicion.
Now that you mention it...
What?
One of our soldiers said that it looked as if one of our guys led Skynet's attack.
That only supports my case. As soon as you know what's going on, radio me.
Who's Perry? You mentioned him before.
The best soldier I ever fought beside. He was the one who brought me into the Resistance. It's actually a funny story. Years ago, when I was just a kid, I saw a Skynet drone attacking some guy. Without thinking, I grabbed a rock and jumped on it. The guy was screaming the whole time while I beat the metal to the ground. Only when I was done did I realize he was trying to stop me.
You killed a drone with a rock?
I was young and stupid. Thank God the drone wasn't really armed, otherwise I wouldn't be here to tell you the story. He was a resistance scientist, and that drone was one of his projects. So you can imagine he wasn't too happy when I smashed it to pieces. But he wasn't alone. There was this huge guy with a rifle on his shoulder, almost choking with laughter. I sure made his day.
That huge guy. Was that Perry?
Yes, it was. Commander Perry was in charge of this division before me. That scientist later told me that was the first time he ever heard Perry laugh. Somehow, Perry and I connected. He taught me how to channel my anger and get it under control. He introduced me to Connor, and that's how I got to the 132nd.
Whatever happened to Perry?
Skynet got hold of our position. We had to leave our shelter. There were a lot of casualties, and he was one of them. He died a soldier. I'd never thought I'd be reminiscing about the day I met them. This may come as a surprise to you, but it was the first medal I ever destroyed.
Sounds like you were late in joining the Destroy Skynet campaign.
Before that, it was people, not machines. But that's a different story.
You want me to break radio silence?
They have a head start on us. At this point, we can't afford to lose any time.
Travel to the warehouse district. Level 19. God, what do I even get at this point? The stealth stuff is pretty useless. I already have lockpicking and hacking. Oh, I only actually have 3 skills I can get now. Stealth, which is pretty useless. Crafting, which I don't really need to make anything. Or take less damage, so I guess I'll get less damage.
Patrick, you're up?
There are people who need help more than me. Anyway, I can't talk. I have to bring something important to Erin.
Some tablets, which I can't ask either of you guys about. Cool. Good talk. Well, this seems like a good point to stop for lunch. Oh boy. So, in the meantime, thanks for watching. I'll make lunch. I should be back on for about 1:30 and get another couple hours in. Oh boy, tracking signal strength. That sounds fantastic. So yeah, we'll do that next time. Thanks for watching.